Pay attention to Viking football. Ain't your phone on stretch on game day. I come ready. I came out the womb, I was ready. Tell her, mama, you know I was ready. That's why you have me.
Comes in third in the league in passing touchdowns. It's the Vikings and the Lions, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field.
The veneer of a new season is gone. Yes, we used veneer in a football game. We're in the middle of the schedule now. It's away here in Week 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. And leading them out in his 9th NFL season, they experienced a real resurgence last year. It's Jared Goff.
And when we look back at last week's win, Kate, pretty easy to see those 4 touchdowns have more of an impact on the game than the 1 interception he threw. Wasn't quite perfect. I'm sure that pick will nag at him, but you'd welcome an encore of everything else he was doing in that ball game.
Straight to the air they go. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, Brock, they haven't been immune to the injury bug this season, but somehow, someway, their losses on the depth chart have yet to lead to a loss on the field.
Yeah, and to me, Kate, this is really 2 things. This is good coaching and great attitude. They've stayed level-headed, and they've refused to panic whenever someone's gone down. That next man up mentality. And that's how they've stayed undefeated so deep into this season.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or 2, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Calls fair catch and has it inside the 40-yard line. So here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And we'll take a glance at their 7th-year QB.
As you take the field coming off of a bye week, you really want to take advantage of what you just did. The self-scouting, the evaluating of yourself over the early part of this season, and make sure you capture what you want to do and what you have to do over the rest of the season.
Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And that carry gets him up to the 44 on a solid gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Jones once more. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. 2nd and 15. And the pressure brings him down, but wait just a second. I see a flag. Gonna have to sort this one out. All right, this is a little bit odd. I think in most spots we'd expect to see them decline the call, take the lost yards and down.
All I can think of here is they've got some extreme confidence, maybe hubris in their defense to make a similar type of play, but just tack on even more negative yards lost.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Running it after the penalty. Takes out a one-stop. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play.
Oh, he's in trouble here. He'll go down. The Lions got him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. The Vikings getting their punt team out. Deep for the Lions, Khalif Raymond. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And now he's going to call for the fair catch and take it just beyond the 30. No return on that punt. And the Lions will go on offense. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down throw from Goff. Throw complete to Williams. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. From the gun, Goff. Gets this to Montgomery.
This is one of those plays, Kate. I could just hear defensive buzzwords. Pursue. Effort. Run him down. Just a total effort defensively to knock that running back right out of bounds and put a negative yardage mark on the stat sheet.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Off play action, Goff. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap here to Goff. He's got it, room to run. And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, Goff. This gets the 1st and more. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. From the 34. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Now Goff. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that gives the Lions the first.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still first down.
Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5. They put a receiver in motion here left. The throw is caught. Pushing for the end zone, and he lost the football. It's not loose. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Well, nearly the end of that series, partner. You could almost see those players rooting for the ball to bounce across that sideline before a defender made the recovery.
Yeah, sometimes that sideline's a player's worst enemy, but sometimes it could be their best friend, and this is one of those times where that best friend delivered.
Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Once more, it's Montgomery. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions go up 6-0 here in the first. David Montgomery with the touchdown. Well, we've been saying it for years, Brock. If at first you don't succeed, try that run again.
You're exactly right. It's going to take more than one stop to deter those offensive coaches from calling another run play. They've got such faith in their group up front to leverage right at the point of attack and punch it in on the second time around.
That one splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Fox now to kick this one away. He fields it from the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Vikings and Aaron Jones headed back out there on offense. And he's been a frequent visitor to the end zone over the first couple of months of this season. Right now actually leading the league in rushing touchdowns. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Out of the gun, a gift to Jones. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain, and things looking a lot tougher for them now with 2nd and 20. Staying on the ground with Jones. And he'll have it up across the 20 on a decent pickup there. Give him 5 on that play. Still need 3 times that now on 3rd and 15. Darnold. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. So no return on that punt. And it'll be their football. The Lions getting ready to return to the field. They're on a 3-game winning streak, Brock, and working to stretch that out to 4. On 1st down, it's Goff. St. Brown's got it, complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. It's Montgomery on the counter. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They get to him and take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Gonna have to see about this penalty. Well, that play went for negative yards anyway, so no need for them to accept that penalty. Goff now, 3rd and long. St. Brown there to bring it in. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do it through the offseason, you do it through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And he's downed after getting us up to the 41. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. From the gun, Jones gets it. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Throwing here, Darnold. He beams one deep right side. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
I think it's safe to say that without that ball being tipped, we are looking at a big game. It's a missed opportunity to push that offense, but an even better play defensively to deny the throw.
And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Gives to Montgomery to start the drive. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They go play action with Goff. He's going to push one deep down the right. It is caught at the 20. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. We'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And the defender comes away with it. Picked up by Stephon Gilmore.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
The Vikings now set to take the field. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So second down coming up. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. These two NFC North teams have played one so far. Neither side separating much so far. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. We're ready now for the second quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They're looking at 3rd and 7. To throw, here's Darnold. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They send a receiver in motion right. They'll run here on 1st down. Cuts it to the right sideline. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Second down now, 7 to go. They give to Jones, right side. No one around, he's got space. The flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. Darnold looking to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And this one does not go far.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
And the Lions get him. Down he goes. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
This is one of those cases, Kate, where basketball and football blend together. You know, great zone defenses in basketball. You think about them through the years. They trust one another. They know where they are as defenders on that court. Same thing in coverage. When you trust one another, when you communicate, good things happen. Just like that, you suffocate a pocket because there's nowhere for the quarterback to go.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Raymond in motion left. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, I think, a yard or 2 short of the 20 here. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Goff setting to throw. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Williams with a quick pass out wide. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Going again, it's Goff. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 2nd and 3 now. They send a tight end in motion. Throwing now off play action. And the Vikings rush brings him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Goff back to throw. Setting up the wide receiver screen. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed 3rd down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Fair catch signaled for and made at the 32-yard line. The Vikings and this running back headed back out for a new series. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. 1st and 10, here's Jones. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. Oh, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. They go play action on 1st. Able to find Jones. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down carry for Jones. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. It's a pickup of 4 yards, and that leaves him with 3rd and 14. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
On again comes Ryan Wright for another punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. The Lions and wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown getting set for their next drive. And they've had a real connection looking his way in our opening half. Seems pretty clear that he's the one the coverage is going to have to adjust to and start slowing down. They send the tight end in motion. Montgomery gets it from the gun. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire 1st half. They drop him behind the line.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Here's 2nd and 14. Complete out to the right side.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. If they don't close quickly, he can take it to the house.
The screen pass falls incomplete.
You know, it's fascinating how those routes you run so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important 3rd and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And they won't be able to return this one as it sails out of bounds. The Vikings taking the field on offense. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. He fires one deep down the middle. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up third down. Here's Darnold. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up fourth down.
I think we're starting to get a feel, aren't we, of why they like him so much in coverage. He reacts well to throws, is super adept at breaking up passes through contact, or like that one before they could ever reach the target.
And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Lions will take over with a lot of field ahead of them. They motion the tight end over. Running out of the gun with Montgomery. He's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Goff on 1st and 10. Going deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. It's picked out by the Vikings. Going the other way.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. Now their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. He throws a bullet deep. He's got it, complete. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings start to fight back with their first points in this game. Jordan Addison, the touchdown. Well, they certainly wasted no time in making that turnover hurt even more. They looked to the end zone on the very first play, Brock, and they connected.
You know, Kate, I love it. It was an ambush to begin the drive. They attacked that end zone against a defense who was out there on short notice and not ready for that sudden change they talk about.
That one right down the middle. And we're all tied up. Right, ready to send this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year is over. Receiver in motion, going left. First down throw from Goff. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it's going to be second down. Out of the shotgun, Goff. It's taken in by Williams. They catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
Just excellent effort on that catch, and a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
First down, it's Goff. Quick hitter complete. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, where it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot. Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Motioning Williams left. Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Oh, missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind his guy, and now it's 4th down.
You know, Kate, my years in Indianapolis with Peyton, he loved to know the tendencies of a defense. In 3rd and short, more often than not, all across the league, you get man-to-man coverage. It really is a good time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't execute that pass on the 4th down instead.
And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. How about 19 yards on 4th down, and the call to go for it pays off considerably.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. That's the 2-minute warning in what has been a defensive battle. The Lions in possession. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Has it in close. And he pushes it all the way to the goal line, but goes out at the 1. It's 2nd and goal. Montgomery now up the middle. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions get some late points and the lead. David Montgomery with the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Fox now to kick this one away. It's Brandon Powell with the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Vikings and receiver Jordan Addison getting set for this next drive. They've got a chance to tie this up here as they trail 14-7. To the left sideline, complete. Vikings out of the hurry-up, need everyone back to the line. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Couldn't connect with Jordan Addison, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Darnold. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Darnold now to throw. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
I mean, you could see it right there. The trajectory of the ball changed as it was in flight. You know, on shorter throws, receivers, they can focus, they can adjust quickly. But on a long-distance throw like that, a tip, well, it really alters the course of the ball and makes it so tough to make an adjustment in time.
The Lions ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. Complete to Raymond. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 27. Montgomery hauls this one in. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. We got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. Here's Goff. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Intended target there was Sam Laporta. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Running left, it's Montgomery. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. So they'll let the play stand, decline the penalty, and that's going to bring up 4th down. On is the punt team, and away goes the punt. And he collects the fair catch just inside the 35. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And it's going to be Vikings football. To throw, here's Darnold. Chased out to his right. He's keeping it. And as this play winds up out of bounds, let's see what that flag is all about. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Darnold. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Throwing here, Darnold. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he gets a small chunk there before he's touched down. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Darnold looking to throw. He beams one deep right side. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
Punt team on, and they'll send this one away. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. They're up by 7. We'll see if they choose to just rest on that going into halftime. They've got 1st down here, but just 18 seconds to work with. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. They'll stick with the ground game here. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. That brings us to the break, and it's the visiting Lions holding an early advantage. Now we'll send you south to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
In that first half, it was David Montgomery who proved to be tough to stop. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. These two teams heading out of the tunnel. We're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Fox now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Out come the Vikings for the debut possession of our second half. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That's caught in stride by Addison. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. On the carry, this is Jones. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. To the sideline, catch secured. Wow, he made that one look easy for the first. Now a give to Jones. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5. Here's Darnold to throw. Rifles it, and it's caught. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Here's Darnold. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. The throw is caught. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. He'll throw it yet again. And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They're throwing it. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Has this at the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Detroit offense getting ready for its next drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Running on second with Montgomery. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. And the Vikings going with a dime package here. 3rd down coming up. Out of the shotgun, gone. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I think it's fair to say, in the eye in the sky deadline, without that ball being tipped, we were looking at the big game. A missed opportunity to push their offense in a great play on the other side to deny the throw.
They bring on the punt team, and they get this kick away. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. come out throwing. Oh, he's in trouble here, and he'll go down. The Lions got him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Another try following the sack. To the right side, complete. Big gain here. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. They go play action here. He puts some juice on it deep. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Kirby Joseph picks it. And the Lions will take over as he records his first interception of our season. The moment you see them look to pass from this close to their own goal line, Brock, it is that defense's goal to hurry him and force a mistake just like that.
Yeah, those guys, they're so sneaky on the back end, Kate. They know the clock is being sped up. They know that the quarterback can feel those footsteps and thinking about a safety, and those defenders just wait for that rush throw, and then they step in, they deliver, and they take the ball away.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Raymond in motion left. Goff on 1st and 10. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Picked up by Stephon Gilmore. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they threw an interception to give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago.
The Vikings offense back to the field now. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he's not going to escape. They could not get the push they needed. That's going to be a safety. Well, an assist to their punter on that one, Brock.
I'm glad you said that, Kate. Absolutely right.
Because it was that kick that set up the chance for that immediate safety.
How many times do we sit with coaches over the course of the week and we hear it all the time? Marrying that defense and special teams, teams. It can be game changers. And you don't know that play in any NFL game that could turn the tide. Well, we got to see the defense and the special teams marry together, and now we'll get to watch the offense take possession.
And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. The offense headed out now for Detroit. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. They give to Montgomery to start the drive. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
Finds Laporta. And he goes out of bounds after taking it up to the 40. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Goff on 3rd. Here's pressure, and he's dropped by the Vikings. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
But here's what I know, Kate. sadly, from personal experience, after this one's over, QB, he's going to be the first one in the cold tub because he has been feeling the heat and paying the price all game long. At some point, you've got to find a way to protect the passer, or he's not going to endure this season.
The Lions readying for the punt. Takes this in at the 25. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And they're going to take over possession. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Darnold now to throw. This one's hauled in on the left side. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. 2nd and 12 behind the sticks. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. Now Darnold. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Lions will go on offense. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They give up the gut to Montgomery. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Goff back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You know, he might complete 99 out of 100 of those short, simple routes to the tight ends. Even the shortest and simplest of throws, well, it's due to end up in a drop at some point.
Goff now on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. They'll send him over right. 1st down throw from Goff. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. Off play action, Goff. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. We got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing them. Throwing again, it's Goff. Laporta with the grab.
Yeah, these in-cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Third and long for him here. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So Coaches love third downs and practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these third downs.
And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And the Vikings are going to take over from deep in their own side. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Here's a throw on the out route, complete. And he takes this beyond the 25 before going out. They have themselves another 1st and 10. They give to Jones, right side. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Throwing off the play fake here. Flushed out of the puck, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back, 3rd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with the sack.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Jefferson brings it in on the slant. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Running it after the penalty. And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. A nice gain of 8 on 1st, and now they're going to have 2nd down and 12. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the... This has been a trend, yet another interception. Kirby Joseph picks it. And the Lions take over as he records his 10th career INT.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
The Lions offense returning to the field. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. On 1st down, it's Goff. Gets it quickly to St. Brown. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 41. And the catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. St. Brown, the receiver, in motion right. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Lions ball as they try to keep that lead and close out a win. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, Goff. Quick slant, that's Williams. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. Raymond in motion left. Working inside the red zone. He completes it in traffic. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Tight end in motion left. They go play action with Goff. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Here's 2nd and 14. Quick hitter complete. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And 4th and 4 coming up. So now the field goal unit runs on in a very big spot. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll make it a 2-score game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Return starts at the 9. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The home team, and Sam Darnold, headed out for their next shot on offense. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Here's Darnold to throw. No hesitation, and that one's caught. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that will set up 1st and goal. From the red zone now. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. You got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. Here's Darnold. Rifles it, and it's caught. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. He'll throw it yet again. The throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
3rd down from the gun. Ooh, that looked like a pick for a second, but it hits the end zone grass. They are very fortunate to get this one back, but now they've got 4th down. Will Reichert now to try the Vikings field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls them back within 1 score here in the 4th.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You've got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Pass taken in by St. Brown. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first. Off play action, Goff. Here's pressure, and he's dropped by the Vikings. And a big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
You're going to go play action, Kate. You've got to sell. If you don't convince that defense you're running it, or if it's a situation where you never run the ball, you really do leave your quarterback dead in the water, vulnerable against a defense who will storm right past that fake and right into that pocket.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Another try following the sack. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
And that one's incomplete. For now, it brings up fourth. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Tempting to perhaps take the yards and run third down again, partner, but they decline it. That's going to bring up fourth down. Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. Fair catch made here at the 30. So no return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Vikings returning their offense and this running back to the field. They've got first down from the 31. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they've placed upon him. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
There is no thought needed from him. He has been doing this so long, dating back to college and high school. Those instincts, and they come at you with a capital I. Identify that run, fire downhill, and get home in the backfield before that play could get started.
And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He'll get this to Jefferson. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
First and 10 from the 41. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Darnold. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Darnold looking to throw. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Darnold now to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
And this one doesn't go far.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter, but they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. No return on that punt. And it'll be their football. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. It's Montgomery on the counter. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Sending a receiver left. Shotgun snap here to Goff. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Putting the tight end in motion. 2nd and 15. Montgomery hauls this one in. And he's brought down for a loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. He is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook. He knocked him back across the line.
Goff now, 3rd and long. Coming deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And the fumble recovery is made. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, Kate, we talk about these wide receivers all the time and their incredible body control, but I'll say this, these pass rushers in this day and age, the body control they have to get home on these sacks, but more importantly, to create these strip sacks is so hard to do, and that is a master's class in how to take the ball away. Well done.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Throwing now, following the turnover. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It's 2nd and goal. Throwing here, Darnold. Catch made. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still 3rd down.
From a bit closer now, another look at 3rd and goal. They'll run here following the penalty. And he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The Vikings come through to tie it in the 4th. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
That one splits the uprights, and they'll take the lead. Right, ready to send this one away. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. First down throw from Goff. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that gives the Lions the first. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Goff on 1st and 10. Throw complete to Williams. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 2nd and 3 now. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he has them a first down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that'll be first down, Detroit. Throwing again, it's Goff. Got Williams, and it's complete. And they bring him down around the 34. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Handoff headed left, Montgomery. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. Here he is to throw. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's Montgomery. And he takes this down close, up to the 3. Minnesota spends its 2nd time out here. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Once more, it's Montgomery. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions jump in front late. David Montgomery with the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
And this is caught, so add a couple more to this lead they've got here in the 4th.
I always say about the NFL game, it's a game of matchups. And that time, they get the matchup they want, and they go right to it. It's a risky call throwing it for 2, but that risk pays off.
Fox now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. Now to throw. Rifles it, and it's caught. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. To throw. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he gets back to the line, but no more. Now the Vikings use their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Throwing now. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Looking to throw it. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. You got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing them. Back to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. He'll look to throw it. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw. Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Desperation time on 4th down. Trying to push it deep downfield. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So the Lions get the win on the road. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one.